Hey guys, today we're going to dive deep into Asus's AMD equipped laptop, the UM433D. Now, most laptops in the market uses Intel CPUs, so is this a good buy then? Let's take a look at who this laptop is aimed at, how does it perform, and whether you should buy it. In terms of performance, it's decent for the price tag, but there's a few reasons why I'm hesitant to recommend it. I'll get into it in just a bit, but with a 3rd generation AMD processor inside and an integrated GPU, it's a good mix of regular day-to-day performance. I can play Overwatch on it with low settings on 1080p, but don't expect a good performance. It's fine. I would recommend something else if you do play more demanding games. You can use this for live photo editing. The LCD panel is sRGB 100%, and the matte finish, it's a nice touch, but don't expect to use this for any heavy video editing. For reading and replying to your emails, your boss or your manager, they sent you at the last minute, or for students who are filled with caffeine and the power of hugging Buddha's leg at the last minute, this keyboard is sufficient for all of that. While pressing down on each key kind of feels a little tough for me, the gaps between each key are spaced well enough so I don't have to stretch too far out to type, which is not as fatiguing for me. Function keys are great. My favorite is actually the instant screenshot key and the camera off switch key. That's an added function of privacy. That's kind of neat. The trackpad below is okay. It feels a little rough, and the keys are a little difficult to press on, but it's definitely usable. The added function of a number pad is a good touch, haha, but I'm kind of used to the number row, so I just use that instead. And once you're done with work and need to pop into Netflix and chill mode, this 1.2 kg lightweight laptop that's not fatiguing on my thighs when watching shows, it's great. If you're worried about battery life as well, 1 hour of charging gets you 70%, and that can last 4 hours. So enough to sit through a Studio Ghibli film. But Asus placed the speakers below the laptop, so it does lose some fidelity. It's clear enough to listen to music or hear your colleagues in Zoom calls. Speaking about Zoom calls, the 720p camera is it's mediocre. I think it's quite bad. It's very soft on the details, a bit too bright. Microphone seems fine. I can pick my voice up. There's a fan blowing there, but I guess it's okay. But my favorite feature is the Windows Hello that lets you register facial recognition to log in. It's really convenient and it skips having to use your PIN or password to log in. The port selection on the laptop is decent. One USB-C 3.1 Gen 2, two USB-A's, and one of which is USB 3.1 Gen 2 and the other is USB 2.0. HDMI, full size, a micro SD card slot, audio jack, and charging port. It's a pity that the USB-C can't be used for charging. Storage-wise, this model comes with a 1TB PCIe SSD and 8GB of RAM. While the SSD is upgradable on your own, the RAM is not, and the RAM is one of the reasons that this laptop makes it hard to recommend. While 8GB of RAM is the bare minimum for general use, because AMD needs to reserve 2GB of RAM for it to function, you're actually left with 6GB. And once you open Chrome and Photoshop, most of their RAM will be gone, and that's the biggest complaint that I have with this laptop. The limited and non-upgradable RAM means that this laptop has limitations when you open background applications, and this is where I felt Asus, maybe they should have bumped the RAM up to 10 or even 16GB because it needs a bit more wiggle room. And to be fair to Asus, AMD's processor is quite finicky with RAM compatibility, so I can understand why they didn't let us upgrade the RAM. And on top of that, there are other companies like Acer that's released AMD equipped laptops that perform way better. But, if you like a well-designed laptop that offers decent performance for the everyday writer and office worker, and then an entertainment device at $1,398, while I think this is an option, maybe look at what other companies are offering as well first before taking that plunge. And you know what's a good option to consider? Subscribing to this channel and buying me kopi C kosong if you want on kofi.com/reviews. Links are in the description. That was a really cheesy segue. If you have any questions about the laptop, leave a comment down below. Like if you want to, the other button works fine if you don't. Oh yeah, you can check out my video on the best student laptop. I think that you'll find something useful there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.